if you noticed on Friday, the stocks did slide. They went down almost like, what, 700 points, like 667, something like that. Actually, I think it was 666 because a lot of people were blowing that out of proportion, of course. But first and foremost, if this is your first video, I doubt it is, but if this is your first video, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below, especially if you're just looking to break through and become financially free this year. That is the goal of this channel, is to help you guys do that and follow me through my journey on achieving financial freedom. But anyways, like I said, the Dow Jones alone dropped over what, 1,200 points, about 1,200 points today. I'm looking at it right now on my laptop. It's just talking about the lowest point. At one point, it dropped almost like 1,600, 1,700 points. It rebounded a little bit to only go down about 1,200, it looks like. And that's just nuts, obviously. I mean, I, through my lifetime, have not really seen that. But I know back in 2008, we had similar stuff going on, but that is not the case at all. This is just simply a correction, and that is what I want everyone to realize here. And off some timing for my stuff to start dying. But yes, this is just a correction, guys. It's not a crash. Do not blow this out of proportion. Don't listen to news channels and all that other stuff. Actually, the people on Fox Business were not too bad. They were pretty much saying similar things, that it's just a correction. It's been long overdue. Everybody's been talking about, oh, the market can only go up, blah, blah, blah. And when you start hearing that kind of talk, you know that it's due for a correction. I mean, if you just look at a chart from the past, what, almost 8 years, I would say, because we had a correction, what, in 2010, I believe, and pretty much ever since then, it's just been going up, 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 up. Not a single correction in almost 8 years. I think it is 8 years. I think it was 2010, 2011, somewhere in there, and that correction was very minor. It was, what, about a week or two? I don't know. Might have been a couple months, actually. I was only like, what, 13 years old at the time, 14, so I mean, I didn't really know too much. I just have been following oil prices for the most part since I was about 15 and started driving and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, this is not a big deal, guys. If you've been paying attention through, I would say, the entire Trump presidency, not that I'm like promoting Trump specifically or anything, but if you've been following it just really since like 2015, 2016, the markets have been doing really good. The economy has been doing really good. Growth has just been crazy. Obviously, we keep hearing more and more. I hear that there's like 3 more major companies. I don't see the name of them on this specific website because it's just talking about the stock market crashing. I mean, they'll throw all of these stupid headlines at you guys to make you just draw you in into it. Essentially, like me, I'm transparent with you. Yeah, I put stock market crash in my title, but notice I put question marks. I didn't just put exclamation points to make you guys. I mean, it's just the difference. That's why you see mass people switching to YouTubers, online news networks, and so on over CNBC, which is who I'm on right now, or Fox's or CNN's or any of that, because they automatically just throw clickbait at you guys. They're going to say stock market's crashing, yada, 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 just to get your views and all that whatnot. But no, it's not a crash, guys. It's just a simple correction. I would say probably within the next couple months, you'll just start seeing it go right back to how it was. Now, will it reach 25, 30,000? Who knows? I'm sure it will eventually, but I honestly don't see the market hardly going under 20,000. I can see it possibly going under 20,000, but not for very long. Just pretty much, this is an awesome time to get excited to buy, if anything. I wouldn't necessarily buy right now. I would probably at least wait the rest of the week, kind of just see what happens from here on out. Sorry that I keep looking off this way. I'm just trying to see if there's any other updates just on the CNBC page, but this is like an awesome time to just be excited about buying. Like you always hear, buy low, sell high. If you didn't sell as of last week, then just ride it out and see what happens. But other than that, just be on the lookout there. I saw VIX, the stock. I don't know anything about the VIX, VIX, whatever. I don't know much about that specifically, but I saw that it actually jumped 103%. So if you guys jumped on that sometime last week, you're probably cashing in for sure. But just play around with it. Just ride it out. If you did not cash in or whatever before everything started correcting, then just ride it out. It's going to go back up. It always does. Look, from 100 years past, It always just does this. It goes down for a little bit and then it keeps going up. Just keep following it. Do not pull out right now. This is the worst time to pull out. Buy low, sell high. That is obviously always what everyone says, and I mean, it's common sense at the end of the day. Do not let your feelings of fear, obviously 2008 was really bad, but it can always be worse, and look what's happened since 2008. The Dow Jones alone has gone up, what, almost 20,000, 17,000 points, almost 18,000, maybe even more actually, but obviously now it's dropped, but even still, since 2008, it's went up 17,000 points. If I remember right, it was like, what, around 7,000? I was only like 10, 11 years old when that happened, but if I remember right, it dropped down to like 7,000, 9,000. We're still sitting at 24, so I mean, there's no need to get discouraged. It's just a correction. It's been long overdue. We haven't had a correction in over 8 years, 7, 8 years. It was just due, guys. I mean, like I said, just write it out. Just be keeping an eye on what stocks you were thinking about buying into. See how far they keep going down, and then from there, just throw all the money you have at it. Obviously, if you're still getting out of debt, stay getting out of debt. Don't worry about holding off on getting out of debt just to throw money at the stocks. Don't do that at all. I'm not even doing that myself. You have no idea how much I just want to start throwing money in some of these investments, but I know that stock market does this and do this all the time. It'll probably do this number again before long, and I'll throw some money in by then, because by then I'll be out of debt and all this other stuff. But just stay the course. If you do have any investments, just stay on the course. Do not pull out. Do not pull out. But that's pretty much it for this video. I mean, like I said, I can keep repeating myself over and over, but there's no point. Like I said, it is just a correction. Withhold the storm. It's not like you're dying tomorrow or anything that you need the money. Just sit tight. If anything, get excited, because like I said, this is an exciting time. I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks seeing that if you're looking at your accounts, you're probably going, oh my God, you're just cringing. But I mean, even my little emergency fund that really shouldn't hardly lose any money has lost $11 the last week and a half. So I mean, I don't feel too good about that either, but I know over time it'll bounce back. It's not a big deal. Just do not act based off of your feelings. If anything, like I said, get excited, get ready to invest some more. Just wait, hold off, let it keep, I keep saying crashing, let it keep going down. I would say within the next week or so, we'll start going right back up. Probably not nearly as fast as we did to begin with, but that's why we're having a correction. It went up a lot really quick over the last 8 years, and now we're seeing this correction. So other than that, guys, just be smart, use your brain, don't use your heart. Your money is nothing to just play with your feelings about, or use your feelings when it comes to making decisions. Just, if you have to, literally do the research for yourself. Look up stock trends the past 100 years, and you'll see this stuff happens all the time. It's nothing to start freaking out over or anything like that. Just stay the course. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hopefully it did give you a little bit of comfort. Let's see, best stocks to buy in a correction. Blue chip, yeah, I would probably say blue chip, being that the Dow Jones Industrial's down, what, about 1,400, no, oh, it's actually only down, well, it's still down 4%. So, I mean, even if it comes back up, let's say it goes back up what it's lost, I mean, you're going to get a 4% return right off the bat from that. But I would not invest anytime soon. Like, I wouldn't invest tonight, tomorrow, anything like that. I would probably wait at least, I would say, a week. I would say just write it out, see how it goes for the next week. If it's still going down, then just keep on watching it. Watch it by the hour. I mean, I'm not saying be obsessed with it or anything like that, but just stay the course, just keep watching. And yeah, I would definitely say blue chips are definitely something to consider investing. Or this could also be a time to kind of gamble. Gamble with your, I mean, I wouldn't say gamble, don't go too far with it. Don't go with stocks that are just horribly low and that have been low the last 4 to 6 years. Like JCPenney, I personally, when I invest in JCPenney, they're like, what, around $3 or something, $3 or $4 a share right now. No, I would not invest in like JCPenney. But like all the other JCPenney and the blue chip stock. But I'm saying don't go too far with this. I mean, yeah, I would definitely stick with blue chip for sure. It just depends on how much experience you have with this. Obviously, I'm still pretty new, so like I would stick with mostly blue chip, but I'll probably I mean, I'm probably not going to mess around with it too much this time around. I'll wait till the next correction because, like I said, I'm still getting out of debt and whatnot. Getting really close to that, actually. I'm really excited. But once I get out of debt, I'll start playing with it a little bit more. But yeah, I would definitely say if you know a lot about blue chip, get into blue chip. Stay with blue chip. Just focus on those. Just keep an eye on that Dow Jones Industrial and all the other stuff. Just what I always like to tell people is just stick with what you know. Think quality, not quantity. Don't try to go all over the place doing global stocks and all this other stuff. Just stick with what you know. If what you know is like social media sites, then stick with sites like Twitter, Facebook, all those. If what you know is like Pepsi or not Pepsi, Coca-Cola and all those, and stick with those. If you're good in technology, and stick with Apple, Microsoft, all those. Just stick with what you know the most at the end of the day, especially when it comes to blue chip. But yeah, that's a good question. I would definitely, it just depends on you at the end of the day. If you are more comfortable blue chip, I mean, it's definitely a lot easier for sure. But yeah, just the best thing to do is just watch that Dow Jones Industrial. Keep watching it fall. I just seen a question pop up. Let me see if I can get back to it. I'm actually doing this from my phone, so bear with me for a second. Wonder how I can. There we go. Buy Bitcoin high and grab your ankles. Yeah. I'm not actually too into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a good idea, but I mean, as we've seen, there's definitely ups and downs when it comes to the whole cryptocurrency. I mean, what is Bitcoin even? I mean, that's how irrelevant Bitcoin, I mean, I say irrelevant, but that's how little attention I pay to Bitcoin. I don't even know what it's at right now. Let me try to find that real quick. If you know what Bitcoin's at, let me know in the comments. Let me see. Man, my computer did this stupid update and wants to use Bing as the search engine. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Bitcoin stock price. Let's see, what is it at? Bitcoin drops February 5th, approaches 7,000. So from what I heard, Bitcoin was what, like at 12,000 or 20,000 even? Was it at 20,000? I know Bitcoin was above 10,000 at least for sure, and it's already down to 7,000. I mean, obviously, 7173. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty close to 7,000. I'm not actually on a website, I'm just looking at headlines here. But, so it was at 20-ish, yeah. I mean, that is insane. The fact that it has gone up that high, now it's already down to 7,000. I mean, who knows, it could easily bottom out to like 2, 5 by the time this is all said and done. I mean, cryptocurrency, you really have to be able to stomach that type of investing, because I mean, one day you see it's at 20,000, next it's at 7 almost. So I mean, you definitely must have a little bit of money to play with if you want to invest in Bitcoin. But I mean, let's say you don't. Let's see, cornhole, yeah. Let's say you don't even have a lot of money to just throw around. It's still a good idea. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on the whole Bitcoin thing. If you're just kind of interested in it and you're just wanting to see if you can make a few bucks or something off of it, then by all means, I'll go ahead and throw $100, $1,000, whatever you have sitting around. I personally don't have $1,000 just sitting around. Like I said, I'm still getting out of debt and whatnot. You have no idea how bad I want to invest right now, but priority is just getting out of debt and then investing. That's when it'll get fun. I'm hoping here before spring I'll be able to start doing that. But yeah, Bitcoin, if you can stomach it, by all means, go ahead. I heard there's a bunch of, or I don't say a bunch, but I heard there's about 7 cryptocurrencies now that are actually challenging Bitcoin. 2 for sure that are doing decent. I don't know their names. I just heard of them actually through YouTube, surprisingly. Cryptocurrency markets. Let's see what we got going on here. So cryptocurrency markets, equity markets versus who cares? Bitcoin falls over 100 billion wiped off the cryptocurrency market. So I mean, a lot of people are selling, yeah, pump and dump. That's what I was just thinking. Like a lot of people seem to just be buying it and selling it as quick as they're buying it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, if I invest in Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency for that matter, it won't be very much. I definitely would not make that like my go-to for my portfolio by any means, but I mean, it's definitely something to play around with. The more you know, the better, obviously. It's better to be a well-rounded investor, but like I always say, just especially for newbies, especially, I mean, I'm not like super experienced or anything. Obviously, I'm not even investing that much. I've halted my investing until I get out of debt, but I'm still like learning on all this. So whenever I can invest, I can go just completely balls to the walls in it. And I just want to have the best knowledge of everything possible. But I'm sticking mostly with what I know. Like me, I know a lot about social media. I know a lot about technology in general. So that's more what I'm going to stick with. Obviously, cryptocurrency kind of falls into technology depending on who you ask. But it's just everyone has their own little niche that they like to follow. Like everyone has their own little things that they find interesting that they want to invest in. I do think cryptocurrency in the long run is going to like just evolve and become the thing. Like if you didn't hear, about a month or two ago, the Federal Reserve actually spoke on Bitcoin and said that Bitcoin was definitely on their radar. And you know, when the Federal Reserve talks about it, then they're starting to have little ideas wandering in the back of their head. So that kind of gets a little scary. But yeah, other than that, I mean, like I said, just stick with what you know, stay the course. I know we started getting off about Bitcoin. For those of you that don't know, just look in the comments. We had a little chat about Bitcoin for a minute. But the whole point of this video was just to talk about, is this a crash? Is it a new recession on our hands? Is it a depression? Is it like what's going on here? It's just a correction. It's been long overdue. Do not make decisions based off your feelings. If you're feeling like pulling out, I highly suggest you at least wait the next week or two, see what goes on. And everybody is choosing the wrong time to message me. I'm trying to see if there's any more comments coming in. But like I said, just withstaying this, I don't even think that's a word. Just stay on this course. Do not hop off. Like I said, wait a week or two, see how it goes. If it's still crashing, then for sure don't pull out. If anything, just get excited, stock up some cash, get ready to buy. Buy low, sell high. It's not like you're dying tomorrow. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hopefully it kind of, like I said, just comforted you a little bit, made you realize that this is not like 2008 all over again. It's not. And even if it was, what's happened since 2008? Dow Jones alone has gone up 17,000. Even with this dip that we're taking, we're still up 17,000 the last 10 years. It's just, yeah. I mean, I'm not even going to go into it anymore. Just do not jump off the wagon. Just withhold. Man, I cannot talk. I'm kind of nervous, to be honest, because this is the first like decent sized correction since like I've actually really been paying attention. We had one in 2010. I was only 13, 14 years old at that time, and it wasn't even that big a one. This is obviously the biggest so far that I've lived to see so far the past few days, and probably that many of you have seen. I think they said that this was a record for the Dow Jones in dropping in one day, like the record fall or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Dinner's downstairs almost ready for me. But like I said, hopefully you guys did like the video. If you are new to the channel, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. I definitely appreciate that for sure. And if you did like the video at all, definitely make sure to smash the like button. I greatly appreciate that as well. And if you see this after, if it's like, because I know it uploads after the live stream, if you see it after, definitely make sure to comment still. I'll be sure to hop in the comments with you all after the fact and talk all about cryptocurrencies we talked about for a while and everything else. And if you have any questions, like I said, just shoot them in the comments as well. But until next time, guys, just keep on grinding, make 2018 the best year of your life, and I'll see you guys in the next video, if I can end this live stream.